In today's episode of Value on My Toy Collection, we have just got a ton of old vintage toys we're going to value today. These are from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. A lot of Fisher-Price type toys and a lot of miscellaneous toys. So stay until the end of the video and see how much it's all worth. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection, and then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Let's jump right in and start valuing these toys. First, everybody had one of these, a Little Tikes piano worth about $12. Had this vintage Jack in the Box from the 70s worth about $12 because it has a lot of little wear and tear on it, but still super cute and super 70s looking. And here's my helper Daisy. She has to examine everything I do when I make these videos. Have this little turtle puzzle. It's worth about $10. And a little xylophone worth about $12. And this little record player with all the records worth at least $15. And this vintage theater worth about $50 now. From 1974, we have the little school days desk with the little magnetic alphabet and the little cards and tray. You put all the little numbers and letters on. It's worth about $25. And next up, we have this little 80s crib activity center. It could be from the 70s, I think. It's worth about $25. You'd tie it on the crib and the baby could play with all the little knobs and handles. Have this little dog on a string worth about $10. And this little chin top with a farm scene worth at least $10. I'm not sure if it still works anymore, but it's a cool display piece. We have this Tupperware Toys Pop-A-Lot game. It's worth about $15. I think you'd put a ball in there and the air would blow it up. And we have this little duck my dog Daisy hates. Every time I get it, she runs from it. But her tail's wagging, so I think she really likes it. But I think I'm going to keep that forever and play with her. She's so cute. I can't get enough of her if you can't tell. Next, we have these 3 ducks on a string. They're worth about $12. It's a little 1984 Sesame Street house worth about $25. A little 1973 movie viewer with cassette worth about $20. The little pocket camera's worth about $8. It's seen better days, but I'm keeping it anyway. The little piggy bank with the coins in it's worth about $15. And the 1979 lunchbox worth $12. This little Mississippi souvenir alligator stick's worth about $6. It's really cute. You don't see too many souvenirs that say Mississippi. And then we got this little stove top from 1978 worth $20. And we have the 1972 roly-poly chime apple worth $22. And the white dog on a string worth $12. Have this vintage tape player worth $25. And the vintage record player worth $30. Have a Dressy Bessie doll. She's worth about $20. And then we have this little kaleidoscope, and it's worth about $12. From 1983, we have this See and Say that still works and sings, worth $25. And the little Bozo the Clown suction cup, worth about $12. And the cassette Laugh and Learn from 2020 is worth about $10. We have this little tugboat. It's a tuggy tooter worth $15. And the little rattle with the mirror that's shaped like a flower worth about $8. And then we have this little purse back here, if I can get it, called My First Purse. Loaded with money. Wish I was real money. Worth about $8. And then we have this owl clock. Pretty cool. Worth about $15. And then we have these two little plastic unicorns. I'm going to go give a good bath. They're worth about $6 each. Have these vintage beads you could put together. They're worth about $15. And then a Mr. Machine, he's worth about $50. Have this cool toy. Well, my dog Daisy needs to look at it. But it's this stick where this snake goes up and down on it. Let's see if I can get it going. There it goes. Oh, it's kind of creepy, but it's kind of cool. You know, I had a dream about a snake. I think it's because I showed that. All right, Daisy does not like anything that rolls and pops like this. This little Minnie Mouse roller is worth about $25. And then the musical chime pull toy is worth about $20 from Fisher Price. They're not super valuable, but I want a little bit of everything in the toy museum. This little giraffe guitar is worth about $12. And then we have a Sheriff Callie guitar worth about $20. Have this vintage little record player here. This one's from the 80s, worth about $20 with all the records. And then we have these little blow molds. The pink bunnies worth $20, and the Chrissy's $15, and the yellow one's worth $20. Those are becoming really collectible. This little Humpty Dumpty pull toy is worth $13. And the little Jalopy Clown's worth $15. The helicopter's worth $18. The tractor, he's worth about $20. And then the Snoopy dog pull toy is also worth about $20. Then we have this cat keyboard worth $20, and a B Wolfer Hound guitar worth about $20 as well. And then we have this Batat musical bell set worth about $25 still in the box. And then we have this little round guitar. It's very vintage, probably worth about $6. And then we have this Fisher Price medical kit from 1977. I think it still has all its pieces. It might be missing one. I'm not 100% sure, but it's worth about $20. The Edward Mobley Company from the 60s. We have this big cat and big dog, and they're worth about $30 each. Have another little movie viewer worth about $20. I have 3 of these, but I'm not getting rid of those. Those are too cool. Have this little guy. He reminds me of the Monopoly Man, but he's actually a Sir Topham hat from 1997 worth $15. 1981 Form Fitter games worth $15. We have some reproduction games here. The movie viewers worth $35, and the radios worth $30. We have this big bear ball puller, and it's worth about $20. It's really cool. Daisy would hate that. We have a Lion King CNC worth about $10 because it's kind of beat up. Have an extra movie viewer cassette worth about $10, and an old Viewmaster worth about $10 with a little slide in there. Have the Viewmaster storage case worth about $10, and this talking Viewmaster game's worth $30. We were on a TV show called The Endless Yard Sale, and the other team actually gave us that as a gift. It was so sweet. Then we have this Viewmaster box that's worth about $10, and a Viewmaster and reels inside worth $15. This was my nephew's. It's a Charlie Cole Magic Grill worth about $50. Still has all the pieces. That's pretty cool. Then we have some old blow molds. We have the Girl Bank worth about $30, and the Cat Bank worth about $25. We had one of these Cat Banks growing up, and my mom kept all our change in it, and we used it as a doorstop. It was always so heavy. This activity center for a crib's worth $30, and then this one's worth about $25. I think I'll hang those on the wall in the toy museum. That'll be cute. This little small piggy bank's worth $10, and this old vintage TV set's worth about $20. This vintage saw is worth about $22, and I got it at a garage sale. The lady said it was her son's, and she sold it to me for 50 cents. This little vintage green radio is worth $15. The yellow pocket radio is worth about $17. The cash register that is full of the little coins is worth at least $30. Could probably sell those coins for $5 each. And the little telephone's worth about $20. And then we have this little Mickey Mouse Disney Poppin' Pals from 1975. It's really cute, and it's worth about $25. And next up, we have this little hourglass full of little beads. This is from the 70s, and it's worth about $12. Have a couple little telephones with the cords. These are worth about $15 each. I don't think these are the old ones, but this is old. It's the old little Snoopy pull toy that's a dog, worth $35 in the box. The airplane one's worth $15. This little Weeble Wobble Chime Chick's $15, and the xylophone's about $20. Vintage 70s clock is worth about $20, and then the newer reproduction one's worth about $15, but in much better shape. All right, we have another little movie reel here. It's worth about $20. Like I said, I have about 3 of those. The little clock radio is worth about $15. And another little pocket camera worth $8. And this little guy, Dreamland Pittsburgh Panther from 1958 worth $30, and our Busy Toaster in the box is worth $15. And then we've got this little guy. He's a little pilot finger puppet. He's worth about $10. And we've got this vintage basketball game. You can kind of shoot the little balls there like a pinball machine. It's worth about $25. Got this little skill ball that you roll marbles in. It's worth about $25. It's pretty cool. I really like that. Might see if I can get that on the wall. And then we have this super long little maze game. This is probably from the, I'd guess about 60s maybe. That's worth about $12 at least. And then this newer little pinball game is worth about $8. And then this really big vintage one, it's worth about $30. And then one of my friends gave me this. She said it was her brother's growing up. It's a little play school mailbox, and it still has the pieces inside. It's worth about $25. It's in really good shape. And then we have this little vintage chalkboard worth about $8. And just a few more things. I have this merry-go-round little musical thing. It's worth about $20. The big 1981 clock, it's worth about $30. And the Tiger xylophone is worth about $25. And this walking duck's worth $22, but it's really priceless to me because my dog Daisy hates it. I think she hates it. She might kind of like it. I don't know. She has fun with it. She runs from it. I have this 70s little wooden cobbler bench that's worth about $22. And we have a Sears typewriter you can learn to type on, worth about $50 now. Then we have these little chime balls kids would roll around. These are worth about $15 each. I think everybody had one of these in their house growing up. And they still make the little chimes with the music when you twirl them around. All right, we've got this little Jack-in-the-Box cow worth about $25. A 1975 Tommy Corporation train worth about $15. And then an Ideal train worth about $25. So, there are previous 438 videos of value on my toy collection. Our collection was worth $1,081,682. Now, when we add this video of all of these vintage toys, we can add another $2,210 to our overall grand total. So, that means for this episode 439 of Value in My Toy Collection, our overall grand total now is $1,083,892. I'm so excited to say I have $1 million toy collection. I've always wanted to say that, and I finally can. But I don't really think I'm a millionaire. I think I'm more of a toyonaire because it's not really money yet. Maybe one day it'll be money when I retire. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I like to see what all I have and what it's actually worth. And I'm putting all the toys online on our Facebook page, and it's called the Toy Vault of Mississippi. And if you like our videos, please subscribe because it certainly helps us grow. So until our next video, we will see you then.